recently on dramas that had us like, ugh.
Please feel at ease, Mr. Lee, saving fee. I love it so much.
It's like the director forgot
Yep.
that he broke his leg. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember there's a time I told you about this show that I was watching where the guy was so toxic? I can't remember what it was called. I feel so sad. Okay, so I finally remembered. I had to search for it. It's called Nothing But You. That show is so bad. So bad.
You told me about it. Yeah.
I just kept watching it and I'm like, this is a bad show. This is a really bad show. But anyway, I mean, we continued watching it. And by we, I just mean me, myself, and I literally, to the last episode, I didn't even skip episodes. I just kept thinking, this is such a bad show.
I know. It's so sad at how bad they are, and we still watch to the end.
I don't know. That says something about us. I don't know. There's just something wrong with us. Because even when I think about that show, that guy was stalking that girl. He had her information from when she was a child. He was obsessed with her. Yeah.
Oh.
And that's one of the things that made her just be like, okay, no, this is weird. But he never really apologized for it. You know how they made it look like some guy who's been in love from a young age, you know. So of course he wants to see how she's doing and everything. But this guy, no, he was obsessive. He was. And narcissistic and low-key gaslighter. But anyway, we move regardless because, okay.
Just because you do it out of love doesn't make it right, period.
True. That's exactly it, by the way. I don't know. I can't even add anything to that. In terms of weird scenes, let me talk about My Girlfriend is an Alien.
Yes, please.
Where do I start with this show? First of all, she was a freaking alien. You know, I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. So here we have someone willingly falling in love with an alien. I have nothing else to say.
No, you have to say more because we've watched alien movies, or at least I have. Like, for example, the KDrama Love from the Star or Love from My Star.
Oh, My Love from the Star. Yeah.
Yes. And it was good. I enjoyed that one.
Okay, let me put it like this. My Girlfriend is an Alien is actually a really nice show. It's a nice romantic comedy. The the female lead, I think, does it justice because she's supposed to be like this alien who comes down unintentionally and unwillingly rather and saves the main lead, and then now she's busy just trying to see how she can get back to her spaceship so that she can go back to her planet. But things just don't work out like that. Anyway, these are the bits that I kept wondering what was happening. So because she's an alien who what was it? She gets crazy. I don't know how else. From male hormones or something like that. So male hormones just make her feel she literally goes nuts for them, like the scent. And then she specifically like it's her poison. It's her kryptonite. Yeah. It makes her weak. So half the time she just used to like manhandle that guy. It was so weird. She just put her palm on his breast and then because he's like, yeah, she'd just be there like squeezing him, and especially if she gets into like the zone where she's hypnotized by his scent. She was so inappropriate. I used to feel weird on his behalf. It was supposed to be funny, but at some point I was like, this is not funny. Because if this happened to if the roles were reversed, we would not be finding this funny. You know?
It would be cringe. It would be
cringe. But I was finding it so cringe. You can't just be there like grabbing someone's tit. You know, why? Why you do that? But anyway, she stopped. She kind of stopped. Ish.
The excuse was that she's an alien.
True. But she like used to use it to he used to use it to his advantage because he just knew that she was addicted and she just needed to touch him. That scene was so weird. But other than that, My Girlfriend is an Alien is a fantastic show. Like if you're looking for chilled, funny scenes, I mean it had something going on there somehow. Except one scene where he asked her, "Are you a model?" And she's like, he was pretending that he had lost his memory. And he's like, "Are you a model?" And she's like, "No." And then he just stands up, kisses her, and says, "I mean, you're a model, and basically your body is for use."
No.
I said, "Sir, what are we living in the 1000s? Not even like beginning of time for you to talk about men like that?" That was a terrible line, and whoever thought of that needs help. Like we need to sit them down and ask them, why do you see women the way you do? Because that was disgusting.
Yeah, I think we should have even talked to the director and been like, how did you let that stick?
Yeah, and if it's him who added it, then he's a questionable character. Very questionable. Yeah.
No. Agreed.
Woo.
So I have another scene.
Yeah.
That had me question mark because it didn't make any scientific sense. And I occasionally go back to watch it once in a while just to have a good laugh.
Okay.
The series Cinderella and the Four Knights.
You know, watched it, but I don't remember it.
At this point, I don't even know. Is it a K-drama or a C-drama? I think
it's a K-drama.
Yeah. So there's a certain scene where, this is one of those series where I had the second lead syndrome a bit. I really wanted the Cinderella to end up with the second lead. So the second lead invites Cinderella. I'm going to call her Cinderella because, I mean, that's the name she was given in the title. Invites Cinderella to come to their grandfather's wedding just to spite the grandfather. So they will make it look like they're getting married on the wedding day of the grandfather because the grandfather was marrying someone young. Just to spite, So it reaches a point, she didn't know what was happening. She was made to wear a beautiful dress, made to walk with him all the way. And then when she reached down the aisle is when she realized what was happening. So she tells him to apologize, and he's apologizing so much. And he's like, no, I'm not going to apologize. And so she does this move because she's supposed to be a great fighter. So she does this move where she takes his right hand and puts it behind his back and kind of twists it and like forces him to kneel. That's all good. I can take all that. Now the issue is, I don't know whether she has 3 hands. Because one hand was holding him down by the shoulder. The other hand was holding her purse. And this guy's hand was still behind his back. Make that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, why you like? I don't get it. Like I just I don't get it. And she even had like yeah, she had what like there's one hand that was holding the purse, and then she slapped him, and he was still on his knees with his hands behind his back. And I go on social media and I see people, you know, the way they cut the clip and they put it, and they're like, "This is my favorite scene." And I go through the comments, hoping someone will comment on, how she's holding him down while holding her purse, while still holding his hands behind, like explain.
No, it
I'm like, am I the only one?
Not. It doesn't.
Yeah, am I the only one who notices this? So on occasion, when I want to like just give my mind a little confusion, I go back and watch that scene over and over again.
Oh gosh. You know, now that I think about it, it could be just one of those scenes where like you know how they keep cutting, so they probably shot like several takes of that and then just put it together.
Yeah.
Or maybe she has 2 hands and 2 invisible hands. You never know, Cynthia. This is KDrama world. Like anything is possible. Literally anything is possible.
No, KDrama makes more sense than C-dramas. If it was a C-drama, I would have agreed. But a KDrama, no. But you're right. It might have been a problem with editing. Yeah, it might have been a problem with editing.
So. Honestly,
so that's so. Yeah. Do you have another one?
The one that I have 2 more. So, because I'm currently watching Love Designer. That's why. You know when someone just sighs before talking, it's just 2 characters, but 3 actually. No, 4. Okay. Let me first talk about the characters. I have Song Lee, who's the main lead. Please help me understand how he has not violated privacy rights. Like, let me just start with this. 1, she lives across from him. They never close the balcony doors. The both of them. And even when she does close, she never closes the balcony doors. So I'm like, is it not cold in China? Is there nothing, like, what's going on here? 2, is there like no burglar who's going to like get it? I don't, because the most she'll do is she will close the curtains, but the doors are still open. Someone can jump onto the floor and get into her house.
No. Okay.
It doesn't make sense. 2, still on the balcony thing. So Song Lee, the main lead, usually stands at his balcony and watches her, because they're just like, their balconies face each other. Him and his sister stand there like they're watching a flock of birds or like they're watching Animal Kingdom or something, it makes no sense.
I do remember that scene, but I liked the way they conveyed that.
I really didn't, because at some point I felt like it was an intrusion of privacy. I can't just be sitting in my home and you're just watching me go about my day.
But she knew.
No, she knew, but a part of me was just, okay, I understand the whole longing and wanting to see what the person you're interested in is doing, but I feel like they could have gone about it a different way.
Yeah.
And then the way he'd just barge into her house, that's another thing. A couple of times she used to be like, do you guys not respect my privacy or what? And he's just like, well, I mean, the house is mine. He never said it, but you could just see that air of, I mean, it belongs to me, so what privacy do you have? If I want to see you, I'm going to see you, Okay, I'm done with the privacy thing. Maybe it's because I don't like people being in my business.
Yeah. Although if it was in real life, I would agree with everything. But since it's fiction and we allow many things to happen in the fictional world, that's one of those that just like, all right, it's a cute scene. As long as you're not stalker-ish, it's fine.
True. But it kind of like borders on stalker behavior. Yeah. Okay, something else from that show. The mom. The freaking tiger mom. At first, I don't even understand why she didn't like Song Lee, the main lead. He's considerably attractive. He's ambitious. He's literally just living, like, he's everything you'd want in a son-in-law. He works hard, he makes money, he has a stable income and career, he has a good head on his shoulders. What more do you want? But she's still there up till the episode that I'm on, which is like 24. She's like, you guys are not compatible because he comes from a different world, you come from a different world. And then there's just, why is she not saying anything to her? Because sometimes the mom literally treats her like she's a 5-year-old child. I have nothing to say about that woman. I understand because she's a tiger mom, but still, no. If someone controlled my life like that, I'd have if I can move to the farthest part of the world, I would. But anyway, that's your mother, so let me not say anything about that. Yeah,
I think we need scenes about terrible moms and a different podcast about terrible moms.
We really do, because there's so many.
Yeah, because as you talk about it, I am remembering scenes from other KDramas and CDramas where the parents were just absolute hell.
This parenting thing, it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I think the last scene for me is, well, not the last scene. This is the last scene in Love Designer. The best friend.
What's wrong with the best friend?
The female lead's best friend. It's like she was 5 years old, that girl. Let's start with how, I kind of understood why she was angry at Zufang for a while. But this is how I looked at it. So Zufang has had an argument with the guy, and it was about like him being caught red-handed with Luna in a hotel room. And then the best friend goes and literally pours water on Songlin, who's the main lead, and everything, and quarrels him, and is like, you're good for nothing, like, stay away from your best friend, stay away from Zufang. Then Zufang is like, Well, was it Zaofang? Zaofang is like, I mean, you shouldn't have done that, you know? And then the best friend is like, what? Well, are you trying to say, does this mean that you don't cherish me as much as you do him? And then Zaofang is just like, I never said that, you know? So there she is, getting pissed, and she got pissed for a long time. For a long time. And I was just here like, okay, listen, you're not 5. You're an adult. You can always yes, it's okay to go and like what's the word? Defend your best friend and everything. But you can be respectful about it. Because this is someone else's relationship. And I just didn't like how she was so childish, especially how she treated her boyfriend. She just used to treat him like he was just this disposable guy. Okay, of course, actually that was her mentality. She just used to treat him like some disposable guy. And I felt so bad for him because he loved her so much. I didn't understand why he did. His was also questionable. This CDrama just makes me wonder. I'm even watching it right now and I'm just like, what is this? Why am I watching this? And yet it's the second time I'm watching it. Which means the first time, also means the first time I was still like, why am I watching this show? No.
You're
that show is questionable.
You're explaining it to me and I'm thinking, did I watch this show?
It makes sense why you didn't remember it. Let me not lie, a couple of those scenes are so forgettable. I've even reached the point where I'm skipping. You know how you just skip because part of the story is just so it drags on. It drags and drags and it's so tiring. Yeah.
Did I watch? Okay, fine.
You did. It's just forgettable. It's a forgettable, like they're just, a majority of that show is forgettable.
Yeah. I think I'll need to go and look for clips. I'm not going to watch the entire show. That's a lie. Look for clips and remind myself. I remember KDrama was very beautiful there. And she was an independent, strong designer. I remember the male lead coming from the army or something.
Did he come from the army?
No, his parents owned a fashion design company.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there was like...
Did they? I don't know if they did. I don't know. They don't really talk about his parents because his parents are dead.
Oh. Then I don't know. What was his occupation?
No, he was in the fashion industry. But I just don't remember if it was the parents who owned it, and then like passed it on, or he set it up himself.
I don't. But I remember his relationship with his sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Younger sister was really, really cute. I liked their relationship, and she was kind of rebellious.
She was not kinda. She was very rebellious.
Oh, yeah, she was very okay. And that's what I remember. Other than that, you're telling me about the best friend I can't face.
Because she's so annoying, you want to forget she exists.
But I remember KDrama had like a best friend helping her.
She did.
In the industry. So I remember that, but I don't remember her face. I don't remember her character. I don't remember anything. I don't even remember her boyfriend. Nothing.
Because they're just forgettable, those people. The whole lot. Like you can only remember KDrama because KDrama and Johnny Wang, because
they're the main.
They did such a they're the main characters one, and they did such a good job.
Yeah.
But everyone else, especially that princess. Princess best friend. Oh God. She just needs to be booted off the camp.
Okay. Now I'll
until
have
she
to go
grows
check
up.
it out. Hmm.
To the point where her parents, her dad was sick, and the dad was like, please don't let her know because that child has not seen life. What? you know, that bit just made me like, okay, so you're going to continue treating your daughter like she's 5. Are you trying to say, because he kept saying she's not going to be able to handle it, and she just don't let her know. And I'm like, why is the mom going along with this? Why is this person being referred to as the child? She's not a child. She's a fully grown adult who just is so spoiled and continues to be spoiled by her father. Anyway,
my very last one. A Love So Beautiful. I love that show very much.
I've seen it. Is it a C-drama?
It was originally a C-drama before recently. I think last year they made it into a K-drama. I tried watching it. I just couldn't because I had already fallen in love with the C-drama version. And the K-drama version, I was just like, he's not tall enough. She's not short enough. Like, they weren't. They weren't like they were supposed to be. So in A Love So Beautiful, the scene that made me scream into my pillow was their breakup scene. It was a breakup scene based on lack of communication. The chick was very frustrated because why was she frustrated? I guess she had a very bad day and she was trying to explain it to, or maybe she was celebrating. I don't remember. But I remember for the male lead, he was having a very bad day and really wanted to talk to the girlfriend, the female lead. He had just he was practicing medicine, and on the surgery table he lost his first patient. And they just could not see eye to eye. He felt like she couldn't see him, and she felt like he couldn't hear her, and so they broke up and she went abroad. Now that scene is very, very frustrating simply because of the scene itself, the way it is. However, I would not have written it any other way, because from the beginning the chick was in love with the guy, and it's one of those high school growing kind of romances. She was intensely in love with the guy. Like the first few scenes we see her sweeping, or with it's like the class is sweeping the grounds or something, and she goes to the guy and is like, "Washiwani," or "I like you," and then the guy is like, "Iwapu Shiwani," or something like that. And but even in the Korean version, the main trailer, they show that scene most of the time. Like she was head over heels over this guy and should have done everything for him. But the moment they broke up and they separated, and I think they went to different countries or something like that, she grew herself so strongly, and that was the main story, or the main lesson from the series. She grew herself so much that she could now have a backbone. Be like, no, I'm not doing that. Yes, I'm like she wasn't just following him around. He started chasing her. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. The relationship. Yeah, the relationship now, like, it came to the same level. It didn't feel anymore like she was more in love with him than he was in love with her. Even if it looked like that. And he came back later on to confess that he was actually very, very in love with her from high school days, and he would do things in secret. Yeah, of course. He'd do things in secret just to, like, he'd walk, because she used to literally chase after him, and he's tall and she's short. So he'd walk slower. He'd do like small things because he really liked her. Yeah. I think at the end she talked about how being your best self is the best thing that you can ever do in a relationship. And I was like, yeah.
Really
But that
nice.
breakup scene broke me. Because there was no one who was wrong and no one who was right. It was just a lack of communication. It was so well written. So well written.
Now you're making me feel like I want to watch it.
You always say that, and then you go to watch my shows, and you're like, "This is just not for me. Don't watch it."
True. It's so true. You know what? I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna. That's why I said it makes me feel like I want to watch it, but
don't watch it. I have told you not to watch it.
Then just send me the breakup scene, Cynthia.
I
That's
will.
it.
Yeah.
But don't be surprised if I do try and watch it, because
then watch the Korean version.
No, I'm gonna watch the CDrama version. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'll just watch it, and then one day I'll just randomly say, by the way, do you remember that show? I watched it. Yeah.
But you don't like height differences. And you know the way I'm into it.
I don't like height differences. I don't like high school love.
Exactly. It just ticks all your boxes for no. Yeah. Okay.
Just send me. Yeah. I'm going to watch the breakup scene. That's all I want to see. Okay. I think for me, my last two are, I'll start with Business Proposal. And that's like the most recent one, obviously, the drama that just had everyone falling in love with the second lead. Anyway, what didn't make sense in that drama is the fact that, so you have the female lead who goes on a blind date on behalf of her best friend with the CEO of her company, and then when she finds out, she's just like, oh, okay, I have to save face here. He shouldn't know who I am. But the CEO ends up liking her, or rather that version of her, and keeps asking her out. Now, this is what didn't make sense to me, because for her to be the other, it was Shin Hari, I think. Yeah, I think it was Shin Hari. Yeah. For her to be Shin Hari, I didn't understand how he didn't know that it was her. I just didn't get it, because here's the person you've been seeing, you've been dating her and everything.
Yeah.
Good to go. The only difference between her and the other chick, I think, was a mole, of which I think even the female lead herself had the mole.
It was highlights and heavy makeup.
But that's what I don't understand, yeah?
Yeah.
It's the same person.
I get that.
Not like she dramatically...
a Superman.
It's not like she dramatically changed. She still looked the same. The only difference was how she used to dress. And I guess you're right, like the highlights and the heavy makeup, yeah? Oh, it was Shin Gum Hee. And then Shin Hari was... Yeah, and she was playing Shin Gum Hee. I didn't get it. I honestly did. I mean, even the grandpa caught on. When he finally saw her face, he was like, wait, I think I know who you are. So, no. It didn't make sense. No, it didn't make sense. Let me just leave it at that. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And we move on anyway.
But we accepted it as we watched.
We accepted it. We did.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad they did drag it on.
Yeah.
Because I think it was episode 4, bang, he found out and we moved on. I was like, yeah, this is fantastic. Because if we were still there, episode 10, he still doesn't. I'd be like, sir, you're joking with life. You are absolutely joking with life. You have a problem.
Yeah.
Unless what they're trying to say is South Koreans look alike.
Or he's blind.
Or he's blind. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of us could see. We knew. We all knew. I mean, of course, we had like leverage and everything, but still, I don't know. No. It didn't make
Even
sense.
if you can't recognize the face, surely height, voice, touch.
Voice. Let's start with voice. Freaking voice. Okay, I know people's voices can be the same, but height. There were so many things that were so similar. And okay, she used to hide her face, but there was a part where he saw her on TV. Literally, he saw her face. And it still never dawned onto him. That chick kind of looks familiar. She kind of sounds like someone I know. But anyway, that show, it just, like, I liked it, but that part didn't make sense at all. At all. These things where you go and pretend to be another person, unless you're going to like fully like go out undercover, where you're wearing a wig, you're like you look different. She didn't look different, except for her clothes and I guess makeup. Yeah. Anyway, my last scene is from Nevertheless. This scene had me like, what in the actual F was going on, and why did you do that? So, of course, everyone knows. Like, if anyone has watched Nevertheless, they just know it's about an F boy who like toys around with this girl's feelings, and she has a hard time. She really has a hard time like saying no to him, but he later gets like a sort of redemption arc, and they start dating. I know I've spoiled it, so
I was never to watch it.
I know you're like so against it, and there I was watching it anyway. So there's a scene where this is now when the female lead is called Nabi. So when Nabi notices, like at this point she's ridiculously attracted to Park Jeon. Is his name Park Jeon? Even in the show, I have to confirm that. Yeah, his name is Park Jeon. So she's ridiculous. At this point, she's like ridiculously attracted to him. And they had like a house party, a housewarming thing at her house. So friends came and everything. They had like drinks and stuff. And then the guy was there and she's just like looking at him. He's looking at her. You know, like the vibe is going on. And he leaves. And she's just like, okay. So I don't know if she followed him or she had gone to buy something. Then she sees him somewhere in the corner making out with some girl. And I mean, that's not even the part you're supposed to be gagging about yet. So he sees her and then he comes over. And they just have like, I don't remember if they had like a chat or something. Now this is the bit that just made me like, what? Did you just do that? So I even went to rewatch it some time back because I still couldn't believe that had happened. Anyway, so at this point, Nabi is just like head over heels for this guy. She doesn't care. All she's been thinking about is how she just wants to do stuff with him. So she he goes in to kiss her
Mm-hmm.
and she retracts back. Yeah, so I'm here, I'm like, yeah, good girl, please. Now is your time. Go up those stairs, forget this guy ever existed. No, she doesn't do that. She comes back, she wipes, and then wipes his lip, and she's like, yeah, you still had lipstick from that other girl you kissed. Then what does she proceed to do? She kisses him.
No.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm so disappointed.
On that note, I'm done. I have nothing else to say because you can't even comment on a scene like that. You can't.
No. I've refused.
Nevertheless, it's a good show, guys. Well, just watch it. It's a nice show.
After you've told me that.
It makes you question life. It shows you how sometimes the people you fall in love, you really can't control who you fall in love with. And sometimes your body can betray you. And your heart can betray you. Yeah.
Sure. I agree with all that. Just not that person. Yeah.
You know what? At
like
first
become
I didn't like it. You know what? I didn't like it at first. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized, I think at one point in our lives, we've all had that one person who you have no control over it. You know, they'll just give you that look and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to burn the world.
Yeah, okay.
And that was
put
Park
it like
Ji-yeon.
that.
Yeah. And that was just Park Ji-yeon for her. Because she tried. She really tried. She even tried to leave. Like, she took a break from school and went to her auntie's. He still followed her there. You know. And she really, really tried to like just keep a distance. And even her friends were like, this guy is not good for you. Stay away from him. And the more she'd stay away, the more she'd just think about him. But I'm glad that at some point she was like, okay, this is not going to work. But they still ended up together. So that's the bit I was like, okay, well, I guess this is life.
No.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
Okay.
Anyway.
There's a part of me, I'm like, I can relate, but at the same time, no.
For me, I can personally relate. I mean, I've had those moments. So I can't even judge her. I honestly can't. Some people can be your kryptonite.
For sure.
You don't know why, but you just keep going back, and it's wrong for you.
Yeah.
But you're still there.
All right. Those were our scenes. Damn. Who knew we were this frustrated? We had to vent for an hour plus. Imagine. Oh wow. If I'm honest, at the beginning, I didn't think we'd reach an hour.
I also didn't think so.
Yeah, but
I mean, I had 2 scenes.
But the more we talked, the more you got.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, anyway, we still love them.
It's true.
Yeah. We hate them, but
occasionally. We'll still occasionally watch scenes from those shows.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah. I mean, you irritated me, you infuriated me, but I'm still here. I still kind of like you in some way.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening to the Beyond Hollywood podcast. My name is Anna.
I'm Nadia, and we'll catch you later. Bye.